Hurricane Milton's fury unleashed on Sarasota. Hurricane Milton's unprecedented strength and surprising path towards Sarasota is leaving everyone in shock. Stay tuned to witness the chaos unfold. Join me as I brave the elements and try to document Hurricane Milton's destructive path through Sarasota in real time. Hurricane Milton is a beast of a storm that's been rapidly intensifying in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's clear that it's going to make a significant impact on Sarasota. In just a matter of hours, Milton went from a tropical depression to a Category 3 hurricane, and it's still getting stronger. The National Hurricane Center has issued a hurricane warning for our area, and I'm here to give you the latest updates. Stranger to hurricanes, and we've had our fair share of close calls over the years. Hurricane season in Florida is always a tense time, but some years are worse than others. We've had our fair share of hurricanes in the past, but what makes this season so unique is the sheer number of storms that have formed in the Gulf. It's a perfect storm of atmospheric conditions that's created a pipeline of tropical systems, and we're right in the middle of it. Florida's geography makes it a hurricane magnet. Our long coastline and warm ocean waters create the perfect environment for storms to develop and intensify. And when you add in the fact that we're still in the midst of a La Nina event, it's no wonder we're seeing so much activity in the Gulf. But even with all this activity, Hurricane Milton stands out as a particularly nasty storm. Sarasota has been affected by hurricanes before, but it's been a while since we've seen one this strong. Hurricane Irma in 2017 was a close call, but Milton is shaping up to be even worse. And as we speak, our community is bracing for impact. But before we talk about the latest updates, let's take a quick look at some of the other hurricanes that have affected Sarasota in the past. We've had our fair share of close calls over the years, from Hurricane Charlie in 2004 to Hurricane Hermine in 2016. Each storm has its own unique characteristics, but they all share one thing in common. They've all left their mark on our community. And as we face Hurricane Milton, it's clear that this storm is going to be no exception. Hurricane Milton is currently about 100 miles off the coast of Sarasota, and it's moving slowly but surely towards us. The latest updates from the National Hurricane Center have Milton as a Category 3 hurricane with sustained winds of 120 miles per hour. The storm is expected to make landfall within the next 12 hours, and we're bracing for the worst. The rain is already falling, and the winds are starting to pick up. I'm experiencing some heavy rain and strong gusts even as we speak, and it's getting worse by the minute. The National Weather Service has issued a flash flood warning for our area, and I'm seeing reports of power outages and property damage coming in already. The area most affected so far seems to be the coastal region, where the storm surge is causing some serious flooding. I've seen reports of cars stuck in floodwaters and buildings damaged by the powerful winds. And as the storm makes its way inland, I'm expecting things to get even worse. The rain is coming down in sheets, and the wind is howling like a pack of wolves. I'm doing my best to stay safe and keep you updated, but it's getting increasingly difficult to stay outside. The storm is predicting up to 10 inches of rainfall in some areas, and I'm seeing that firsthand. I've spoken to some of the locals, and they're all saying the same thing. This storm is a bad one. Some have boarded up their homes and evacuated, while others are riding it out. But no matter what, it's clear that Hurricane Milton is going to leave its mark on our community. As the storm continues to intensify, I'm seeing more and more emergency responders on the scene. Police and fire departments are working overtime to rescue those stranded by the floodwaters, and the Red Cross is setting up shelters for those who need a safe place to wait out the storm. I've seen some incredible acts of bravery and kindness already, and I'm expecting more as the storm continues to unfold. But even with all this heroism, it's clear that Hurricane Milton is a force to be reckoned with. The storm is expected to slow down significantly as it makes its way inland, but that's not going to make things any better. In fact, it's going to make the flooding even worse as the rain continues to fall for hours on end. I'm doing my best to stay safe and keep you updated, but it's getting increasingly difficult. The storm is powerful, and it's not to be trifled with. I'm urging everyone in the affected areas to take this storm seriously and follow the instructions of local authorities. As I speak, I'm seeing reports of more and more damage coming in. Roofs are being torn off buildings, and trees are being uprooted. It's a miracle that no one has been seriously injured yet, but I'm not counting my blessings just yet. I'm going to try to keep you updated as long as I can, but eventually I'll have to take cover and ride out the storm myself. Until then, I'll do my best to bring you the latest updates on Hurricane Milton. As the storm continues to unfold, it's clear that Hurricane Milton is going to have a significant impact on our community. The local economy is already feeling the effects, and I'm seeing reports of extensive property damage and power outages coming in. The emergency response measures are in full swing, with teams of first responders working overtime to rescue those stranded by the floodwaters. But even with all this effort, it's clear that the road to recovery is going to be a long one. The local community is coming together to support those affected by the storm, and I'm seeing some incredible acts of kindness and generosity. But even with all this goodwill, it's clear that Hurricane Milton is going to leave a lasting impact on our community. I've spoken to some of the local officials, and they're all saying the same thing. This storm is a big one, and it's going to take a while to recover. But even with all the challenges ahead, it's clear that our community is strong and resilient. As the storm begins to subside, I'm expecting the full extent of the damage to become clear. And when it does, I'll be here to bring you the latest updates and analysis. I've spoken to some of the meteorologists and local officials, and they're all saying the same thing. Hurricane Milton is a rare breed of storm that's caught even the most seasoned experts off guard. This storm is a monster, said one meteorologist. We've never seen anything like it before. It's a perfect storm of atmospheric conditions, said another. We're just lucky that the storm surge wasn't worse. I've also spoken to some of the locals, and they're all saying the same thing. This storm is a bad one. I've lived in Sarasota my whole life, and I've never seen anything like this, said one resident. I'm just glad my family is safe. Another resident told me, I was terrified. I've never seen winds like that before. As the storm begins to subside, it's clear that Hurricane Milton has left its mark on our community. And as we begin the long road to recovery, I'll be here to bring you the latest updates and analysis. As we wrap up this video, I want to encourage you to leave your thoughts on Hurricane Milton in the comments below. Have you experienced a hurricane before? What was it like? Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure to check out my previous videos on hurricane preparedness and safety tips. They might just save your life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Witness the devastating impact of Hurricane Milton as it tears through Sarasota, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. From powerful winds to torrential rainfall, this storm brings chaos to the city. Get an up-close look at the storm's aftermath, including damaged buildings, flooded streets, and debris scattered everywhere. Find out how the community is coming together to recover from this disaster. Stay informed about the latest weather updates and hurricane news. Join me as I brave the elements and try to document Hurricane Milton's destructive path through Sarasota in real time.